Everything in your life, every thoughts, every emotions, every result is energy in motion. The only question is, are you transforming it consciously or unconsciously? The law of perpetual transmutation of energy, what it means and why it's one of the most empowering universal laws. Today I'm sharing this law with you guys, and this is one of the 12 universal laws series that I've been sharing. So if you haven't watched or listened to any of other universal laws, you can check out the links in the show notes on the audio platforms, or you can check out those links in the YouTube descriptions. So the law of perpetual transmutation of energy states that energy is constantly moving, changing and transforming. Nothing ever stays still. Not your emotions, not your circumstance, and not even your thoughts. So everything is moving. Even if you're physically stay still, your thoughts, your emotions is always transmuting, transforming, sending out frequencies and vibration out into the field. And how can you relate this into your real life? Have you ever noticed like how is simple smile can shift the mood of the entire room, or how one kind thoughts can shift your whole days? You can maybe think about this. Just if you, let's say if you meet somebody, you can have that positive feeling or negative feeling towards this person, and including when you're entering a new environment in a new rooms. And the key point is you have the power to transform the lower energy into higher energy, to literally transmute your reality through consciousness. So consciousness is the key point of you to be aware of, are you in the lower energy or higher energy? Okay, so a personal story that I can share with you guys is in my late 20s, I was not feeling positive at all, feeling stuck. My life was sucks financially, emotionally, even physically. Every day I feel so heavy, and I didn't know any spiritual energy at the time, but what I was somehow tapped into was towards my mid 30s, I was able to tap into my feminine energy within myself. And when I tap into that, it somehow just everything just aligns and I become more confident. I literally change my reality. I change my projections and change my simulation of this reality. And now looking back from what I understanding, the spiritual energy, all this transformation energy that we can change our reality, I understand by looking back. During that time, I literally quantum jump, quantum leap into another me, into a new life, literally. And that's what this law teaching us. Nothing is never waste. Even pain can become power when you understand energy. I share a lot of my own stories, and a lot of them are coming from failure, coming from pain, coming from trauma. And every time I was able to use that as my energy and transmute my energy to the other side, the opposite side, the law of polarity, right? Here are some practical breakdowns how to apply this law into your daily life. First, awareness. Everything in our reality, we have conscious and we have unconscious. And our subconscious is the one running our life in the autopilot mode. Growing up, we never get taught to how to use our energy within us. And we just kind of taught to look externally, and we never tap into our inner self, right? and we never tap into the energy within ourselves. So awareness, become aware of what kind of energy you're in. You can't transmute what you don't know, right? So you have to be aware the energy that you are currently tap into. And if you're not aware, you're just gonna stuck into the loop and you're just gonna repeating that same result or same outcome and chasing the external past projections in your life. Second, intention. We set our intention to shift it. Energy responds to directions. What do you want to feel instead? Ask yourself. And the feeling is actually the secrets for you to be feeling aware, because without awareness, you won't feel the energy that you tap into, right? And in order to transform, you have to put into a new feeling state, and that feeling state will shift your reality. And just like the example I was using, that I literally transformed my muscular energy, which is at the time was not what I want. And it was, my day was heavy and I was in depressed and nothing going well. I was able to transmute my inner energy into more feminine side, and that changes everything. Third, action. Inspire action. Without action, there's no moving energy. Energy transformed through motions. Meditation, journaling, walking, speaking your truth, even deep breathing helps. This is telling us it's not just sitting there and do nothing and waiting for quote unquote magical moments to happen. No. So we have to switch the energy, transmute the energy within ourselves in order to have the inspired actions that will be feel like flowing, not force, because force will never work. And you will automatically taking the action without the resistance, without the draggingness. Okay? And if you're able to do so, then I will guarantee you your dreams, the desire that you want to, or the reality that you want to live will come true. And you will start projecting the way, the flow, the reality that you want to be living. Some real world example. When I say real world, is the reality, the 3D reality, the third dimension that we know. Okay. So first example, entrepreneurs transforming fear into creativities. And the fear is a fear once you learn to channel it. And just as I mentioned before, I share a lot of failure in my channel, share a lot of trauma, I share a lot of stress that I have in the past. And I take all these and put it in my creativity mode. I even made a movie out of it as well. And every career shift that I have, it's all due to energy shift. And I take the failure and transmute into a positive creativity and positive career path, including my real estate career. Okay. And second example is relationship. When you stop meaning angry with angry, then meaning with understanding, you shift the vibration of the entire interaction. We tend to react, especially in the relationship. This can be applied to family, romantic relationship, or maybe relationship with your coworker. Many times we forgot to reflect. Just like I mentioned in my last episode, everybody is your reflection. Everyone that you encounter is you pushed out. Everybody's experience is your mirror. That doesn't mean that those people are not real. They are real. The people who you encounter, it has a soul incarnation with their own soul. But what you experience of that person is from your own projections. And that doesn't mean they don't have a free will. They do have their own projection as well. And sometimes the projection can also be reflecting, the energy can be also transmute into a feedback loop, which means what you project or what they project on you, you're projecting back. And if none of you, have the awareness, you won't be able to reflect and get out of this loop. So relationship is a big portion of our real world experience that we can use this law to really shift your energy and shift your reality. Third example is health. Your body literally regenerates itself through energy every 7 years. So every 7 years, literally, biologically, most of your cells are new. So you become a new you, every 7 years. This past 5 years, health, a lot of people that I encounter in my life, including my mom, has a lot of health issue, and many of my close friends actually also pass. We call it pass due to health condition. And now, since I understanding spiritual realm more and more, so I now understand dying is not actually scary or feared. Just like it's not as scary as what the Matrix program us to be scared of. Dying, or we call it crossover, it's actually the energy transforming. If your loved one or your friend who passed away, they're not dying. We are energy, right? So their energy just transform into a different dimension, different frequency. They vibrate in a different frequency. We cannot see them, but we can feel them if you know how. And they are still communicate with you through a different channel, different frequency. So I've been experiencing this in my personal life this past 5 years, and this is another episode that I can share with you. And I really learned this through my mom's passing. And another example I can share is we are all particles, and particle can be entangled, and energy can be entangled as well, just like if you think of it, twins, right? And my mom and me are particle entanglement. After she passed, I think she gave me a lot of spiritual wisdom. And I think that's the reason why I started experiencing spiritual awakening right after her passing, is because I'm still entangled with her in that frequency and that channel. And that's why I receive a lot of guidance coming from her. And many, I guess I say, this is another episode that I would love to share with you all. But continue on. We're going to continue on with this universal law. So energy never dies. Just as I mentioned, the energy transform into a different form. And just like ice turning into water, or fear turn into faith, right? Now it's your turn. I want you to tap into your own experience and look back and see if you have any transform energy in your life. And I would love to hear and have you share your experience in the comment below if you're on YouTube channel. And if you're on the audio platform, please write me a review and share your experience. And last but not least, if you haven't subscribed or follow on my channel or audio platforms, please subscribe. Until next time we connect again, be safe and peace.